Okay, I'm going to go ahead and divide this problem. Let me get my pen working. Here we go. Ignore my dogs, sorry. I'm going to divide 55 into 2055. Okay? Now, when I look at 55, I look at the first number 2. I know that 55 will not go into 2. It's too big. Okay? So I'm going to put a 0. So now I go 55 times 0, which is 0. So now I subtract 2 minus 0 is 2. Now I bring down my 0. 55 still won't go into 20. It's too big. So I put a 0. Okay? So now I go 55 times 0, which is still 0. And I get 20. Now I'm going to bring down this 5. Okay? I know that 5 times 4 is 20. So about 50 times 4 is 200. So let me see if 55 times 4 is too big. If it's over this 205 here, then I can't use it. Okay? So now I'm going to go 4 times 5, which is 20. Carry my 2. 4 times 5, 20, plus the 2 is 220. Okay, that's too big, so that won't work. So now I'm going to try 3. 55 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry my 1. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 165. Okay, that's under it, so that's the closest I'm going to get. So I'm going to put my 3 at the top. And I know 3 times 55 is 165. Okay, now I subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. 0 minus 6 I can't do because the 6 is bigger than the 0. So I have to take one of the hundreds away from the 200. I'm left with 100. Then I take that 10 and that 100 divided into 10 tens. So I have 10 minus 6. I know it's kind of hard to see, but 10 minus 6, which is 4. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so it looks like I need to now bring down this 5. Okay, I know that 55 times 3 was 165. So now I'm going to see over here on the side what 55 times 4 is. Because the 165 that I had is not close enough. So go 4 times 5, which is 20. 4 times 5, which is 20, plus 2, 220. Okay, it's still not close enough. So let's do 55 times 7. Okay, 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 3, which is 38. Okay, 385. Well, we're getting closer. 385 is probably the closest we're going to get, but I need to check the 8 to see if we can get closer. So let's see. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry my 4. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus that 4 is 44. Okay, 440 is too big, so we're going to go with the 7. Okay, I put my 7 at the top. I know that 7 times 55 is 385. So now I can subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. I can't go 0 minus 8 because 0 is smaller. So I take one of the hundreds from the 4 and it becomes a 3. I take that 100 and divide it into 10 so that I can use it here. And 10 plus 0 is just 10. So now I go 10 minus 8, which is 2. And 3 minus 3, which is 0. Okay? So now I need to check and see if I got it right. So let me see if I can find an eraser tool. Here it is. I'm going to erase all of this so I can multiply out my problem and not have any problems configuring it, fitting it in here. So now I'm going to take my quotient, which is, I got to go back to the pencil. 37. I'm going to multiply it by the divisor, which is 55. And let's see what we get. 5 times 7 is 5. Carry my 3, 35. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. So I have 185. I'm done with the 5. I mark the spot. Now I go to the tens. 5 times 7 is 35. Put my 3 at the top. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. Now I add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 5 is 13. Here my 1. 1, 2 plus 8, I know is 10. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. So now I check to see if this answer matches this answer. And I notice that it doesn't. So I have to go down here and look. There's a 20 left over. So it's remainder 20. So now let's add it to this product and see if we get the correct number we started with. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 0 plus nothing and 2 plus nothing. That's going to be 0 and 0. So now I have 2,055 and 2,055. So now I have what I started with. So I know that if I divide 2,055 by 55, I'm going to get 3, remainder 20.